Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Day 2024. And you know what I keep thinking about, since the topic of our podcast this week is finding joy in the little moments. I was thinking about what are some of the moments that I remember from my childhood that stand out, that made Christmas special, made me smile, and gave me joy. What traditions did I have as a child that contributed to me experiencing joy? And there is one. Now, I had good moments. I remember the year we got a video game system, and I remember being so excited for that video game system. My mom didn't wrap things so you couldn't tell what they were. My mom's the type of mother that if you bought a basketball, she would just wrap the basketball so you could see this round thing under the tree so you knew what it was. And I knew that's a video game system, and I knew that's the video game we're gonna play, and I was so excited. So these big moments, but there's a small moment that led to a tradition, and it's a tradition that I've carried on for many years. I haven't done it in a while now, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm sad about that. I need to resume it. But anyway, it lasted for many years, and I'm gonna share it today. So welcome back to the Aha Moments, where every single day I share the lessons I've learned in my work as a psychotherapist and in my life to inspire you to live your very best life. Of course, I'm your host, Elliott Connie. So when I was a kid, probably around 10 years old, I started to enjoy cooking. And my mother used to want to kill me. I would burn her pots and pans, and I would make a big old mess. But I really enjoyed cooking. And look, I wasn't like a chef or anything, but I would, 9, 10 years old, I would make hot dogs. I would make ramen noodles. But I liked doing the cooking process. And I would graduate. I would make hamburgers. So I would making ramen noodles is just a matter of boiling some water, opening a packet. But I would make hamburgers and learn how to season them. And so I would practice getting better over the years. And somewhere, 11, 12 years old, I got bold enough to tell my mom that I did not like what she made for Thanksgiving. I was like, I don't like turkey. It's dry. And, I don't like this. I don't like that. And my mom, wonderful woman, but she is not a person who loves spending a lot of time in the kitchen. That's just not her jam. And I really enjoyed it. So I complained maybe one too many times, and my mom got really frustrated. And she says, well, if you don't like what I cook for Christmas, then you make what you want. And I was like, so I can make what I want? And she said yes. Now, by that time, I'd started making Italian food, and I was kind of broadening what I could do well. And what I really like to eat to this day, it's my favorite food. I don't eat it very often because it's got a lot of calories in it, but my favorite food and my favorite thing to cook is lasagna. So I said to my mom, all right, I'll make lasagna. And that became the family Thanksgiving, or the family Christmas and Thanksgiving, to be very honest. But the family Christmas, I think at some point during this podcast, I might have called it Thanksgiving. But anyway, it was both. And I would make a pan of lasagna for the family every Christmas. And that was like the routine. Every single Christmas, I would go to the grocery store, I would buy all the ingredients, and I would cook lasagna for the whole family. And when I look back, if you were to ask me, what's the joyous moment that stands out to me? It's not, some gift I got. It's not, my favorite toy. But it was that moment where my mom kind of trusted me to contribute to the family meal. And then that led to becoming a tradition. And it makes me smile even now. I mean, that was over 30 years ago, right? That was 35 years ago. And I still remember it, and it still impacts me. And, I've gotten really busy, and life has gone crazy. And the past few years, I haven't made lasagna just because I don't have the time. But, I think this year maybe I will make that lasagna, because you need to be able to create time for those memories and those traditions. It makes life more joyous, and it makes life more worth living. And if you don't have those traditions, create one. I mean, the most random thing in the world is having lasagna at Christmas. That's not a traditional Christmas meal. That's not a traditional anything, but forget the rules, forget tradition. Like, just be you. Like, do the things that make you happy. And for right now, I want you to think, what are the Christmas traditions that you had, and how did those traditions contribute to you having moments of joy? Thanks for being here. If you wouldn't mind doing me a super huge favor, I would love it if you would share this podcast with at least one person in your life that you think could benefit from hearing this message today. And also, don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you listen to your podcast. And also follow me on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can search for my name, Elliott Connie, or at Elliott Speaks. That's my handle across all platforms. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.